Hello everyone. I am so happy to be with you today. I am Magdala Ramirez. Today we're going to be talking about that divine order, that ways of the Father. As you know, the divine order comes from that beautiful, perfect harmony within the self, which is your own signature. You come from the source. You have always been the source. And through that source that you are, you're observing that beautiful divine order in the whole creation. You see, the whole creation, it has that beautiful signature. Everything, it is part of the big, big code. Everything that you see, it has the code of the Creator. Every part of you in your physical body, it is part of the Creator. This beautiful planet, it is the code that it has about the Creator. So it is so many other planets everywhere in the universe. So everything has a perfection, and that perfection is always there. You are perfect too. Look at the trees. The trees are perfect. Flowers are perfect because it comes from the same source. You have the signature of the one that created you. And through that signature, you too can observe that perfect divine order. As you bring the presence of your own presence and stay home, that's what it means being present within yourself. That's the message that it has been very prevalent in this year, in this stay home means you are able to connect and bring all your senses together to bring that presence of your own presence. And when you are able to comprehend that what you're perceiving in that reality with all your senses, time stops because you're not bounded by time. Because time was a creation of main creation, an idea of time. It doesn't really work in that way. You're not bounded by time. So when you are able to bring that presence of your own presence and stop judging constantly a reality, you very much are open for a higher consciousness, or your higher consciousness to really go into much more deeper understanding of who you are. You know that you are love, that you have always been love. You know that it is not that you need to go and look for love, that you have always been love. You know this. Now, how much of this it is just a concept of your mind, or it is a revelation within your own self? Can you see the difference? That is where the divine order resides. You see, the divine order, everything, it's about that balance. And so are you. That balance that it has always goes into that perfection in one way or the other. You can observe those synchronicities in your life, how one thing have taken you to another and another and another, and you create a path of consciousness. Yet there is many other paths. You make a choice and immediately comes a split where you are also communicating with your other you who took the other choice. and sharing all those experiences. You have a choice. And you have a choice because it's part of your consciousness and what it is and how does this work. But that information that you're sharing with all your use, with absolutely everyone around you, it is a cosmic way of thinking. It is a cosmic human being that it is awakening in you. And as you understand your many other senses, those senses, it really creates a very different perspective of reality. You're going up. You're raising your consciousness. It is love that it is guiding you. And when you're not afraid of love, you can see your path very, very clearly. And your choices consciously, with all your presence, understanding that that love that you are is going to generate more love, experiences of love. Now you're afraid of love. You're going to make that choice and it's going to take you into those other experiences where whatever you're thinking about love is going to take you there. Think about how that beautiful divine order, it is always there. I mean, in one way or the other. There is so much going on right now everywhere in the world where people are really battling within themselves. But when you drop that battle and you observe it as it is without all these emotions that it has been very much limiting you for a long, long time, you will see that they have another layer. Look into all these emotions that they are so different. And you don't know how to explain it because you're just entering into the new world and you're going to begin to observe very much new experiences and new emotions that it has no name for it. Yet it is your mind that wants to minimize it and looking for something that they can't relate. If you think about the consciousness of the flowers or the trees of the bugs, look how they relate with time. Time that it is not in the same way that you think. It is consciousness. Remember the ancestors, they were not measuring time. They were measuring consciousness. If you are able to drop all those parts in you that limit you and be able to get into that beautiful tree and experience how it is that tree, you will remember in exactly what, because yeah, you have been a tree. You have been absolutely everything. Your signature is very, very important to recognize it. You are the source. And that source, it is based on that love that you are at all times. And it is creating in one way or the other that divine order in there. That's when you make the entrega. That's where you follow because you know that in one thing or another, it's going to take you back into the source that you have always been. I want you to remember that the structure, it needs to be linked with the essence. Why the structure needs to be in the first place. It's an idea. It's an emotional idea. And that when that is being manifested, it needs to be representing that essence of where this idea comes from. So are you. and your personality. For such a long time, the personality was very much encoded with that part of the system that tells you what to do, what to think, what to sense, and what not to sense, dictating you and enslaving you constantly. It is the time to drop all these wrong beliefs and understand that your personality, it needs to be holding hands with the essence. Yet, you can always change your personality because it is the essence, the one that choose. Choose that personality that it is holding hands with you and observe that divine order. Think about those places within yourself where that ego very much seductive you so much that you identify with it and you could not see nothing more but that ego, that situation that it was being presented to you. What will happen if you don't follow that path? If you choose to see a very different story, if you choose to not to repeat the same lessons over and over and over again, everything will be a big readjustment in your life. Because not doing what you have been doing for a long time, it will create a very different reality. Not perpetuating the same thing over and over and over again, of course it's going to create a very different story. So what is going to happen tomorrow, and I'm putting tomorrow in quotes, is what you're thinking today in this creation, what you're dreaming it today. You know that you are inside of this hologram. And we have been talking about this one for a long time. You can see even in the archives. And for a long time, you thought that that hologram was ruling you, that it has power over you. That has been a big, big lie, you know. This is the time where you master the hologram and bring back your power, because that hologram is being built today, right now, in this moment for you. You're doing it. Think about this planet in communication with so many other planets, so many star beings that right now they're here and we are here because you come from the stars too. And how it is that communication it is taking place. The communication is taking place as much more sensitivity you can have in those downloadings that it is taking place right now in nature too, everywhere. Now, how fast you're able to process it, that has to do with the personality again, huh? How much time the mind needs to tap into it just to cope with a new reality, instead of repeating the same story over and over and over again. Well, it is you the one that can speed up the process, and that is exactly what it is needed at this time. It is you the one that it is able to understand that it is not about the process anymore, because time doesn't work in the same way, because you're not bounded by time, because you are pure consciousness. And that consciousness is evolving constantly, just like the lotus flower. And you making it evolve because of the love that you are. It is the time for the realization of the self. It is the time of the ascension. It is the time when human beings are able to raise the consciousness and understand how powerful you are. Bringing back your power instead of constantly giving your power away to an hologram that it is just there. It is you the one who moves it. Just like when you are inside of the dream and then you realize that you're dreaming and you're able to change the dream, isn't it? So is the same way this other reality, this part of the dream, that hologram. When you're awake in the dream, you're able to change it at all times. And when you are able to change it, think about why. Because you're the source. You're creating. Because you're the daughter, the sons of the Creator. So think about that perfect harmony that you are, great mother. What it means, perfect harmony, means being okay with everything, acceptance, love, that you are, a harmony that it is perfect balance with absolutely everything around you and inside of you. Balance. That doesn't matter how far you go, balance is gonna come. Everything is based on that balance. Because you are balanced, because balance is part of that signature. So that perfect harmony that you are, it is giving already the vision and the understanding of that divine order in absolutely everything. Remember that you are the healer. Remember that you heal because of love, not because of time. Remember that it is a world beyond healing, a world that you are just beginning to adventure, and it is so powerful and so beautiful. Because that adventure, it is a unique experiences in every moment. So stop bringing your emotions into a little concept when it is much more. Allow yourself to evolve in this time and space where there can be so many things pushing you by the system, but nothing has power over you. It is you, the one that directs. It is you, the one who's driving. And if you bring into your awareness at all time and stay home, what I mean is stay home means be present. Doesn't matter where you are, be present and expand your presence absolutely everywhere through that sensitivity that you are. Being sensitive, it is natural for human being because you will always gonna bring everything back into balance. Well, remember that we have the school online where we are having very powerful, beautiful teachings and courses. And check my website to know more. There is many ways to participate in the school. That is magdalas.com. It is www.magdalas.com. magdalas.com, and sign up for our newsletter. I want you to share all these radio talks that we have, because it is the time for these teachings to go everywhere in the world. We are so thankful for you. Tlatzokomate, Tlatzokomate, Tlatzokomate. I am you. I am Magdala.